Instant Pot Chicken Chili Verde. Here are the ingredients for the chicken chili verde. I'm supposed to have 2 pounds of chicken, and you can use thighs. I have 1.6 pounds because that's what this package is. Cumin and garlic powder, and then 16 ounces of salsa verde. You can buy the kind in the can or the jar, but I was at the Mexican grocery, so I got that. I'll probably add, when it's done, some jalapenos, some cilantro, which I have growing in the garden. I'll have some guacamole or avocado on the side, rice to mix it in with because it'll be kind of saucy, and then some broccoli as an aside. Now I'm going to add my ingredients to the Instant Pot. You can see here that the Instant Pot is plugged in. Nothing else is done. It says off. If you were to saute some onions or something right now, what you could do is you could press the saute button and it would get hot enough to saute, and you could do your onions. And then you could leave your onions in there and continue with the rest of the ingredients. So here's the chicken. I'm going to put the chicken into the pot. I need my other hand, which is recording, so I'm going to put you on pause for a second. Now the chicken's in the pot. I'm going to dump the chicken chili verde, or I should say the verde sauce, the green chili sauce. You could use any kind of sauce, really. It's a little gelacious, so I'm going to stir that before I start it. I don't know what the measurements are, but you can never have enough cumin. So I'm going to drop some cumin in there. Oh no, that was garlic. Can never have enough garlic either. So now some cumin. Doesn't like to come out very quick. I'm also going to add some salt and pepper in here in a moment. So I've added some salt and pepper, and I've mixed up the salsa so it's all spread out all over. Now, the tricky part, but not really that tricky, the lid. I'm going to put the Instant Pot lid on. So there's a special way to do it, and you gotta just figure out where the handle goes on. Oh, there we go. It makes that little sound. I don't know if you heard that. I'll do it again. Isn't that fun? Okay, so now I want to close it, so I'm going to turn it to the right to close it. Make sure it's sealed. Now I'm going to check this thing. One side says venting. You don't want it venting. You want it to seal. So you want it to be switched to this way. And you see this little red thing. Once it's sealed and it's hot, this little red button will pop up. And then when it's over, I'll show you again, and then you'll want to make sure that the red button is all the way down before you open the pot. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to set my pot. All I want to do is set it to poultry because I'm cooking chicken, and it's going to go for 25 minutes. It's going to start as soon as the pressure builds. So there's going to be, you see it's turned itself on, and then the pressure is going to build. And once the pressures build enough that it can start cooking, it'll start counting down backwards. We'll come back to that. As the pressure's building, you're going to see some steam coming out. Can you see that? I got to be careful and keep it away from the front of my cabinets. So it started cooking now. It took about 12 minutes for the pressure to build. And you can see it started at 25 and it's going to count down to 0. And then I'm going to go over here and show you the little red button. You can see it's popped up, and it'll remain that way until the cooking is done and we release the pressure. We're almost there. It's done, it's ready. So it's gonna be in warming mode. You can see the warm. I'm gonna let that be for a few minutes. I'm gonna go out and walk the dogs. But the pressure is gonna decrease, and then I'm gonna turn the little switch to vent, but I'm gonna wait probably about 10 minutes before I do that. Okay, I'm back from my dog walk. Looks like I must have taken 15 minutes to walk them. It's still on warm, and you can see that that timer is showing. I can still see that there's pressure in here because my little red button is up. So now I'm going to use a utensil and stay as far away from possible when I switch this to vent. Now it's gonna vent whatever's left, which isn't much. So this thing should be going down soon. I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes here. There we go, I got the lever to go all the way over, so now it's venting. And as soon as that red button goes down, I can open the pot. Okay, it's only been about a minute now. Since I left it for 15 minutes to let the pressure out, when I finally turned it to vent, it was very easy to, it took about maybe a minute, less than a minute. Now I'm going to go over here, look at the front. I am going to, can't really see it, but I'm going to switch it from closed to open now that the pressure's out. Gave me a little song, and pick that up, not put my fingers in the way there. I'm going to drop my lid in the sink just to cool off. And then my chicken is in there. And now I'm going to pull it apart with a fork to make it shredded. And voila! It's an awfully green meal with my chili chicken verde, broccoli, guacamole, and peppers, but yummy nonetheless. Adios!